Hello everybody, it's CapCorgi. I wanted to talk about something a little different today. Something a little different. As you guys know, for anyone who's not new in here, I do stream. I stream a lot on Twitch every single night. And as a result of being a streamer for 6 years, I've seen something every year called the Streamer Awards. It's actually not been every year, but past few years. And there has been some crazy drama. I have a lot of VTubers in my community. I know a lot of VTubers. A lot of them are my friends. And it looks like there was a bit of a spicy meatball from the Streamer Awards. Now, the Streamer Awards is not something I ever really cover on this channel. Frankly, I found the Streamer Awards to be, you know, the largest click, usually, you know, just kind of just giving prizes to their friends, and that's kind of it. It's been very, very clicky usually, and you know, of course there are differences, and you know, sometimes you see something really cool happen or something like that, so I always keep an eye out, but I never really covered it on stream. I never really made a video about it before. But this one was a little bit interesting. Like I said, it was some VTuber stuff, and I have covered VTubing issues before. I covered the entire blow-up of HoloLive and, you know, the other VTubing companies and so on and so forth. And, you know, I like I said, I have a lot of VTuber friends, so I wanted to cover some of this craziness that's going on. This guy, this Peanut Man, has gotten a lot of hate over the past 24 hours. Everyone is talking about this. And I do play a lot of shooters. I play a lot of Tarkov, I play a lot of Arc Raiders, I play a lot of extraction games, and many, many others. And so as a result of that, I know who this is. So that's another reason why I'm talking about this. And if you are not new in here, and you know any of my content before, anytime I see a pylon, I gotta talk about the pylon. I hate seeing a pylon. I hate seeing a pylon. When, you know, you see thousands and thousands of tweets just absolutely just trying to destroy, just trying to, like, you know, say the worst things ever, just over and over and over again. The wall, oh my god. I mean, Twitter is already a toxic place, but when you see it to this level, you're like, holy... something is going on here. So, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it openly. I'm going to talk about what I think the issues are, why I think he's getting so much hate, and why I think it is a little unfair. So, if you guys are interested, please do give this video a like and a comment, share with your friends. I will always be open, I'll always be honest, and I'll always try to be as fair as I possibly can. Please, like I said, know that I'm saying all these things as someone who has friends that are VTubers. I have lots of community members in my community on stream and on YouTube that are VTubers. And usually they're, you know, most of them are quite level-headed even on this subject. But they were the ones who told me about this entire issue as well. So anyways, who is this guy? He is the Burnt Peanut. Now, what is the Burnt Peanut? Burnt Peanut is a guy who became a... I think he's been streaming for like maybe like 4 years or so. I'm not exactly sure on the entire, you know, I guess time he's been streaming by any means whatsoever. But he's mainly a guy, like I said, who played at first a lot of Escape from Tarkov, a very hardcore, you know, survival-oriented, tactically-oriented extraction shooter. More milsim than anything else. And it is one of those games that is like, you know, it's a game that has, you know, let me pull up some Tarkov for you guys. So Tarkov is a game, like I said, it's pretty hardcore, it's pretty crazy like that. But you know, most people who play Tarkov, they're very serious players. They're people who are, you know, extremely good at clicking on the heads, you know, really, really hardcore. They played this game for 50,000 hours or something crazy like that, and they know everything there is to know about the game, and a lot of what they create on YouTube are tutorials and guides and how to kill the other guy and so on and so forth. Burnt Peanut is different. Burnt Peanut is a little bit like me. He is a yapper. He doesn't actually, he's good at this game. He's good at, you know, Arc Raider. He's good at other games. But that's not the point of Burnt Peanut. That is not why he makes his content. He is a funny lad, and he likes to make jokes. He likes to create little stories in the games that he's playing. And, you know, he's very interactive like that. He talks in VoIP a lot. He has this, like, very interesting demeanor. Where he tries...
Yeah! Oh my god, there's another person.
Where he tries to talk in VoIP and create a storyline.
Hello!
And so he'll have, like, you know...
You're a 5-man
he'll
on
start a
Monday
conversation
at
with people.
7:52 on Labs?
He'll shit-talk them in VoIP. Tell them to get a job if they seem like they're playing the game too hard. Things like that. And he does this a lot in Arc Raiders. He does it a lot in games like this. And because of that unique content, and he does play decently. It's not like he's bad at the game. He's better than I am.
You missed. Pushmaster.
But there it is.
Yeah, but I meant to miss. Check.
And so, like, you know, like you can see here, this is like pretty much all of his kinds of content. Like, he does this in this, he does this in Arc Raiders, and he's just a cheeky guy. He's just a cheeky guy. You'll have like little discussions and yapping and things like that. And but why do people hate him? And it's because he won Best Vtuber. The reason that people are hating him, if you look at the comments, a lot of them are either other VTubers or super fans of VTubers, and they are pissed off on behalf of their favorite VTuber. Pretty much that is kind of the entire thing. But yeah, it's interesting because the other people on the list that are large VTubers, even his fellow competitors in this entire space, they're the ones that were actually defending him. So this is an interesting comment. Notice how the larger audience of VTubers publicly congratulate BurntPeanut for his win, while there's 1-2 view Andy at the bottom seething over it. Come on already. Frankly, I think she's a little wrong, Lilac over here. It's not just random small VTubers that are yelling about this. It is not just 1 or 2 viewer Andys. It's actually like hundreds of tweets that I saw today were pissed off about like BurntPeanut winning. But she is right for the rest of it. It's just a little pushback on that small part. Because, like, you know, you have Iron Mouse, which was a fellow competitor. Let's Go Ptuber, Peanut Sweep, huge congrats. Chibidoki, one of the largest creators that is a VTuber on the platform. Congratulations. Kitsunero, another large VTuber. All the big lads. Sea-Dog VA, who is, you know, a friend to Iron Mouse, a friend to VTubers, and creates a lot of collab content with VTubers and stuff. A lot of these people are very, very positive about this entire situation. But then you go down to, you know, let's see the comments. So you look at, you know, for example, Iron Mouse. Let's look at the quote retweets from Iron Mouse's thing, because there's a lot of hate that reached out to Iron Mouse and a lot of hate that reached out to BurntPeanut and stuff. And she even made a tweet about it. Me cringing at all the people mad over the fact that Peanut won. Every VTuber in that category deserved to be there. Very gracious, very gracious. Man, that's crazy. I wonder how people took her discussion here. Let's see. You get all kinds of. And a lovely, by the way, lovely a quote back, sorry, not quote, response back from BurntPeanut himself. Thank you, Iron Mouse. Congratulations on your spectacular performance at last night's show. But, you know, then you got random other people like this guy. I like you, Mousy. I'm not going to support someone whose whole gimmick is mocking VTubers as a community that hates them becoming VTuber of the year. The reaction he's getting for hate justifies his opinion on the general VTubing community. They think that he hates VTubing. He doesn't even really hate VTubing. He hates the toxic nature of VTubing, which is something that I think a lot of people can agree on, if they're not super fans of VTubing and VTubers in general. If they're at least, you know, remotely level-headed, you can understand that a lot of VTubing is quite toxic, especially these days. They're upset over the fact that VTubers work with amazing artists, and whereas his entire, you know, picture and persona is a silly little peanut guy. That's one thing that people are very much pissed about. But the thing is, VTubing is inclusive of PNG tubers. It is inclusive of people who have a still picture. It is inclusive of people that have, like, you know, it's any VTubing is literally just virtual tubing. So virtual streaming. And it's just like anyone who doesn't want to show their full real face all the time. That is a VTuber. That's always been what a VTuber is. And you don't have to have, like, you know, a $700 rig job in order to, you know, be a VTuber. You can just get by on personality and on skill and talent and making people laugh and being funny. But yeah, it's very interesting to see the level of hate this gets. So, you know, people are, saying that he is someone who uses misogynistic slurs all the time. People are saying that Vsojo was right to treat Iron Mouse negatively, and this is something where they've almost, you know, they're making her depressed with how they treated her. They stole from a charity. I actually covered the entire Vsojo thing, so if you guys want to see my coverage of Vsojo, I was very fair, very honest, very open about how that entire community and that entire fucking company is dog shit and treats people like, you know, subhuman trash. So the fact that someone went this far to say this about Iron Mouse is insane. It is absolutely insane. People are getting crazy in the comments. Here's a little group of them. Westerners ruin VTubing. And then you get West crowns her the queen of VTubing, and she stabs VTubing in the back. She's stabbing VTubing in the back because she's being a gracious person who is, you know, who understands how hard it is to be a large creator, how hard it is to grow to that size, especially that fast, and how hard it is to, you know, just have a good time and try to make it a good time to chat. That's literally all it should be about. I think that kind of thought process is rarer in the VTubing community these days. Expected nothing more from her, TBH. Care to cringe at the people insulting your fans with the most vile accusations of the heinous crime of liking you instead. It is actually crazy how angry people are at one of the legends of VTubing, Iron Mouse, for being a gracious person in the situation. I swear, I hate English-speaking VTubers, and can't even spell VTubers right, by the way, so much. You're, and of course spelled incorrectly as well, a part of the fucking problem. Ooh, I'll say it if Iron Mouse wasn't... Ooh, this one is bad. Oh, I read that. I actually commented on this one. I'll dare to say it. Ooh, he's so brave. He's so brave! If Iron Mouse wasn't seriously ill, she'd be an average flesh streamer and hate VTubers. The only reason she is one is because that's what her life circumstance forced her to be. How else should I interpret her choosing to spit on the medium whenever possible? Which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And apparently, according to one of the comments, this last dude, this guy, the one I just read, is so foul, he runs a KF adjacent forum that regularly doxes VTubers. Interesting that that is mentioned, because this is how unhinged it got for the Burnt Peanut. We got a, you know, this seemed like a decent comment. Guys, he doesn't hate VTubers. He does the I'm not a VTuber thing as a bit, and if you watch the Burnt Peanut, you'll see that it is a bit. And every big streamer that is like a comedic streamer who tries to make people laugh, we all have bits. We all have things that we say. For example, my bit is I call Ubisoft and other companies that, you know, make bad games or make games that are, you know, negative towards the gaming experience as a whole. I call them dog shit. I call it dog shit has kind of become my tagline, and has become my tagline to the point that people clip it all the time. Post the clip anytime I'm talking about like anything adjacent, and I can't even use the clips for any sponsorship opportunities because I'm always cursing, and apparently sponsorships don't like that. So that is how bits can get you in trouble. But like when a bit becomes a bit, it's for a reason, and you know, I don't shy away from it. No one should shy away from their bit. That's what a bit is. It's like a running gag you can always go back to, and a lot of times it's satire, a lot of times it's tongue-in-cheek, a lot of times it's poking fun at yourself more than anything else. These are what bits generally are. I'm explaining this in gory detail. If you're wondering, Cap, why the hell are you talking about this so much? Going into such detail, we're not 5 years old. You're not. I agree. You're smart enough to be watching a video of someone talking about this openly. We're talking about the people that are getting unhinged all over social media Those people need to hear this. If you're one of these people that are pissed off that Burnt Peanut won, you need to hear this. This is what a bit is. It's a running gag, and a lot of times is self-deprecating. A lot of times is satire. Learn what the fuck a bit is, because holy shit, the fact that you guys don't have a sense of humor is probably why you are so frustrated at someone winning, because they're simply for the fact that they're kind of funny. That's it. He's not even like the funniest streamer I've ever seen. He is a talented and very funny streamer though. But it's not like he's like literally the best. It's a confluence of effects. It's a confluence of things. He's also a content machine. He's also someone who collabs with a lot of people. And he collabs with a lot of people that are normal streamers, that aren't just VTubers. He collabs with everyone. That's a big thing as well. There's a lot of things that go into this, and we'll talk more about all that later. But yeah, he won the popular vote. He is a VTuber, and his content is hella entertaining. This is from Kura VT, a B-Rat VTuber. And yes, the Streamer Award nominations are self-admittedly tampered with. We should really not care that much. I think this one is a very interesting comment that needs to be talked about more. The Streamer Awards, you know, there have been a lot of, you know, let's just say, accusations levied against Cutie Cinderella and, you know, everyone else involved in the entire, you know, setup for the Streamer Awards, where usually it's a lot of just the most popular people that win. Usually it's a lot of the people with the, you know, that are friends with Cutie Cinderella that are even nominated and get wins. I wonder why that is. It might actually be rigged. But, you know, that's notwithstanding. Regardless, what do we have in the comments? The reason I was bringing this up was not because of Kura, it's because of this fucking freak over here who does the one thing that VTubers hate the most. All streamers hate this. All streamers hate this, and all streamers should. This is like one of the worst practices in all of streaming ever. Doxing. Good old doxing. Doxing is where you take someone's personal information and you try to put it out on the web. In order to have, and basically, it's basically an implied threat. I know who you are. I'm going to show everyone your face if you're a VTuber. If you're not a VTuber, I'm going to post where you are, things like that, because I want you to feel threatened. That is the point of a doxing. That has always been the point, and it has always been the worst practice of all of social media and all of streaming since the very beginning of, you know, social media, beginning of streaming, beginning of YouTubing. And this is exactly what this VTuber does. Crises Cat, the Jester Cat. Oh, that's such a cute name. I hope they're really normal. He's not a VTuber. Actual pic of him from a clip. He just occasionally uses the peanut filter. Also from the clip I've seen, he just screams and people call him funny. So this is Crises Cat, Crises, I don't give a fuck what their name is, trying to dox Burnt Peanut. But it gets better. This is not the Burnt Peanut. They not only tried to dox, which is literally one of the worst things you can do in all of streaming and all of content creation and stuff, but they did it incorrectly. This is Hutch. Hutch MF is a streamer who plays a lot of, you know, shooter games and stuff as well, and this is not even the right guy, which is absolutely insane. So not only are you incorrectly not only are you being a terrible human being trying to dox, you're not even doxing the right person. This is a completely different motherfucker. It's absolutely insane, not only on how unhinged someone like this is, but this should show you, if you're this upset and you're trying to dox someone because they won the award that you didn't think they should win for VTubing, you're also really fucking stupid. You're just absolutely brain dead and terminally online, and you need to go out and touch some motherfucking grass. And so, of course, people are lambasting them in the comments of this. This is levels of misinformation spreading that I never even conceived of. Oh, their voices sounded similar. Oh, no. People are overreacting. You stupid motherfucker. You tried to dox someone, okay? Everyone who is even remotely a fan of VTubing hates doxing, as they should. It's literally a threat on someone's life, or an implied one. Doxing even for, non-VTubers. Exact same thing. People get death threats all the time. I can't even begin to tell you how many death threats I've gotten for just normal posting about video games and stuff. It's absolutely unhinged, the level of craziness and psychoses that happens in fandoms. But it's something that actually relatively happens often in VTubing. And I think this is why. I think this entire situation and the way people are reacting to Burnt Peanut's win here is a big reason why he won. A big reason why. So I wanted to talk about this because, this is a big shit poster, as they say on Twitter. They are very opinionated about gaming in general, but he's a big VTuber fan, and he is one of the VTubing stans himself. As much as I love Peanut, I think this category should have stricter rules on what qualifies as a VTuber. This is insane because everything qualifies as a VTuber as long as you use a virtual tubing of some kind of program, whether it's a PNG or, a full rigging that costs like fucking like $2,000 or, even just a filter. Like this is like what amounts to a Snapchat filter or something, right? It doesn't matter. It's all VTubing. So people have been talking about how everything should be, counted as VTubing for years. And all of a sudden, when someone wins who you didn't want to win the award, as soon as they win, now you want stricter rules on VTubing? Suck my fucking dick, you're just salty. And Rock Solid has had many dog shit takes like this in the past. Absolutely. Oh my god. All he does is fucking goon to anime characters. You can look on all of his posts. Or he talks about how, every game sucks. Every game. Literally, that's it. He's just a rage poster. And this is him rage posting. This is me responding to the rage post. So, in some ways, his rage posting worked against me. But whatever the fuck. I'm always going to talk what I talk. And, I comment on it, of course. And I thought it was a pretty prescient comment, so I wanted to share it. Okay, let's consider the toxic nature of a lot of VTubing culture. Not all, by the way. I'm saying a lot of VTubing culture. And how VTubers should act less like unhinged, overly sexual freaks and more like a silly little peanut guy. I think that is a relatively normal take. And of course, people are giving me some hate on this. I don't give a fuck. But, just because you like to, then I'm getting accused of watching super sexual shit. No, I don't watch any VTuber that is not my friends. Like, I have some friends that are VTubers, and that's it. And they're normal people. But let's be real. The largest VTubers out there, what are the clips that you see? You can Google, you can go to YouTube, and you can put in, like, funniest VTube clips. And half of them are jokes about dicks, jokes about sex, accidentally saying the word fucking over and over again, accidentally saying the word tits, a VTuber anime girl drooling over a hot, character in a video game. And that's it. Like, that is 90% of VTubing clips. And you know this. Everyone who can be honest with themselves knows this. It is an insane generalization. This person is correct because it is a generalization. And it is something that is generally true. That's not saying it's always true, but that's the point of a generalization. There are plenty of non-unhinged VTubers. There's a great amount of them. But, let's be real, there are far less of those than there used to be. VTubing has all of a sudden become a thing where people can just use it as a portal to OnlyFans. They can use it as a way to farm simps and so on and so forth. And this is a term that I'm not bringing up. If you type that into any search bar, you'll find that shit as well. Everyone's been talking about it, especially over the past year. It has become such a huge thing. And the funny part is, a lot of normal VTubers are talking about it, the ones that aren't unhinged. Because they're just like, hey, VTubing, when I started VTubing 3-4 years ago, didn't used to be like this. And this is a change that has happened in my community that I don't like to see. Which is very fair. If you're a VTuber like that, I'm with you. I have, like I said, I've had VTubing friends for literally 6 years since I started streaming. Since the first VTubing happened, I've been, you know, friends with several people who do that. I've been fans of people who do that and stuff. And normal VTubing and stuff, they just don't want to show their face for whatever reason. They don't want to show their face either because they're shy or because it's their shtick. They'd rather be, you know, people say that I should be a VTuber or I should have you know, a VTubing persona as well because I love corgis and Captain America. So having a corgi Captain America thing would be a cool old VTubing thing that I could use every so often. It's a cute idea. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do it. And the reason is simple. I can afford to make a rig. I can afford to hire someone to do that and stuff. But, you know, I'm very blessed. I work every single day of my life in an actual job, a 9-to-5 job. Actually, it's more like a 14-hour-a-day job, but, you know, I'm very proud of it. But I work hard. That's not the problem. The problem is I see how people react in the VTubing community nowadays, filled with so much drama, filled with so much yapping, filled with so much hate slung at each other, attempts at doxing, you know, people accusing each other of the most heinous acts, you know, all kinds of crazy shit. You go to any fucking, you know, Genshin game or anything like that, and if someone dislikes Genshin, for example, people will call the person who dislikes Genshin all kinds of things. All kinds of slurs, call them a rapist, call them, you know, a person who likes children, all kinds of stuff. Like, just absolutely the worst shit ever. The reason I haven't created a VTuber rig or anything like that yet, or, you know, hired someone for that, is because I don't want to be near that shit. The craziness of VTubing in general, and this is a generalization, but it is a very open generalization that anyone who's honest with themselves will agree with, will absolutely realize and absolutely, at least if they're honest with themselves, see my point. That VTubing has become so toxic, normal streamers and normal people don't want to be fucking near that shit anymore. And to the point of hating Burnt Peanut, it's actually insane because the Burnt Peanut has been the best ambassador to normal people to VTubing in fucking years. Maybe besides Iron Mouse, the Mighty Mouse herself. Probably behind Iron Mouse, of course. Iron Mouse is like literally one of the goats of VTubing ever. Totally deserved. But, you know, behind her, this guy is probably the one that is the most normie-centered streamers for the normie community. The people that aren't in... The people that don't even know what VTubing is know who Burnt Peanut is. And are more likely to watch VTubing because of this guy than literally 99% of other VTubers. Problem is I think they know it. And I know that a lot of people are pissed off in the VTubing community and stuff because they're fucking jealous. That's what it is. They are absolutely jealous. And that is what I think. That is what I think. That's how I think it's happened recently. And that's why I think that he's getting so much hate. It is completely unfair and completely stupid. So I really do think it is disrespectful to VTubing as a whole to, you know, gatekeep and judge a VTuber. I think that is absolutely hypocritical as fuck. Also, remember this. If you want to be taken seriously as a streamer, this is true for anything. If you want to be taken seriously in anything, you have to take yourself fucking seriously. You have to be serious. You have to not be an unhinged freak that is going to fly off the handle and overreact and say hurtful, hateful shit to absolutely everyone around you for no fucking reason. You can't do that in a real job. You can't do that in a real relationship. You can't do that as a normal streamer. You can't really do that as a YouTuber and expect to be successful for a long time. And you definitely cannot do that as a VTuber if you want VTubing to be taken seriously. You want VTubing to be normalized. You want VTubing to be seen as not, you know, niche, not something that's like a smaller corner of the internet and stuff. You want more people to be VTubers? Then be fucking serious yourself. Because if you keep acting like this, trying to dox people, trying to hate people for supporting a VTuber and stuff, because you didn't, they didn't win and so on and so forth, then you are literally part of the problem. All of this shit is insane. Absolutely insane. And I think that this is literally a life lesson to 90% of VTubers. You have to realize that you cannot levy accusations that would, like, you know, get people banned, get people doxxed, try to dox them, so on and so forth, when you are trying to make your own medium more popular as well. You are not being a good ambassador for your own product. You are not being an ambassador, a good ambassador for VTubing if you're acting like this. So you have to really understand why he's getting hate. It roots from jealousy, it roots from hate, it roots from gatekeeping, and all of these things that a lot of VTubers act like they don't want. Act like they don't want to see, act like they don't want in their community, but they practice it all the fucking time. And I can tell you one thing. If VTubing had less toxicity, if it had less drama, if it had more collabing with real life people that aren't VTubers, you know, how many posts do you see where if you go to, let me see if I can find it, VTuber. If I just, it might be skewed now because everyone's talking about BurntPeanut. Yeah, this is actually a good comment. If you've gotten to the point of shaming Iron Mouse, then you've kind of lost the plot entirely. But like in general, if you go all the way back, let's just say VTuber. I'm not sure how to word this. It basically what I'm trying to find is like those bait tweets where someone talks about like, VTubers, what is your favorite video game? Or something like that. But it's like obviously a bait tweet. And it's directed to VTubers and it's VTubers only. VTubers only. Let's see. You're going to see so many posts about people, about VTubers just trying to talk to other VTubers and other VTubers only. It's unfortunately, like right now, everyone's talking about one subject. So it's really hard to find this on Twitter right now. But if you look at this all the time on you know, any social media, especially Twitter and that, what you will find is something very, very simple, where VTubers will only try to talk to other VTubers. VTubers will only interact with other VTubers. They'll only collab with other VTubers. They'll only, you know, discuss things with other VTubers. They only want other VTubers to talk on their posts or anything like that. And they wonder why they're seen as niche. They wonder why they're seen as a little bit weirder than other people. They wonder why they're being seen as exclusionary. It's because you are exclusionary. It's because you are trying to cut out everyone else and only talk to other VTubers. It's unhinged. You can't do that if you want to be seen as a you know, a normal part of the streaming community. And like I said, I want you to be a normal part of the streaming community. If you're a VTuber watching this, please understand where I'm talking about this from. I want you to be a part of the streaming community. I think the larger streaming gets, the better it is for everyone in the streaming community. I think, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. I've always believed that, and I just like to create good things in the world. I want to see more people playing video games. That's literally it. That is literally it. But this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane, especially the level of hate that he's gotten. And I will never stop saying it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I do want to hear what your thoughts are. Do you think I'm being unfair? Do you think I am being, you know, in some way, you know, exclusionary or anything like that? I don't think I am. I really do want to, you know, talk about this. Because, like I said, BurntPeanut is the biggest name that has brought VTubing to the mainstream. To the point that all of the other VTubers support him. And if all the other big VTubers support him, if anyone with real talent and like a huge community and has made it supports this guy, you should probably consider why. Because they know how hard it is to make it in this business. Only like 0.001% of streamers make it in streaming. Whether you're a VTuber or a non-VTuber or, you know, a rage bait streamer or whatever, it doesn't matter. It is a very, very top-heavy subject. It is a very, very top-heavy job. So in that way, the people who are generally able to make it more are the ones that try to reach out more. Generally. Not always. Of course, you'll find assholes that make it all the way. But generally what you'll find is that the ones who collab more make it better. The ones who discuss more openly, that are friendlier, they find it easier to make friends. It's really not that shocking, nor should it be. And the fact that people, you know, don't go outside might be why they find it so fucking shocking. Why all they'll do is just rage and just talk about, like, the hate being thrown by, real men and women. People are noticing it. It's crazy to see how toxic the VTuber community actually is, because TheBurntPeanut won VTuber of the Year. People are making conspiracy theories as an attack on the VTuber community. I'm dying. This isn't just about the VTuber community. It's straight up Reddit brain rot. I think people are starting to realize it. And it's actually good to see, because, you know, when I looked this up, when I was, like, you know, preparing all this stuff to talk about with you guys, the comments were way worse in general. So I think, like, now people are, like, really, really turning around a little bit. And then, like, you know, people are calling him a fascist. People are leveling slurs at him. I didn't want to, you know, cover any slurs or anything like that. But I absolutely just, you know, wanted to say that I did see that as well. People just straight up calling this guy a slur. People just literally, you know, creating new ways of, you know, not exact slurs, but it basically implied slurs as well. It's absolutely crazy. I think Skinwalker was one of them that I can say. They were calling him Skinwalker. And then they called Iron Mouse one as well, because she's shown her face before. And it's like, Jesus Christ, guys. If this is how you're gonna act, it's no fucking shit that you're gonna vote for, that you're gonna see someone win who doesn't act like this at all. He's not someone who tries to act unhinged. He's not someone that tries to create drama and, you know, yell at other people all the time and be as gatekeepy as possible and stuff. This is why he won. He's not like that. He's not like that. So, anyways, that's what I want to talk about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think it's just interesting that the entire, VTubing side of the internet hates this one guy at this exact one time. And they're trying to say the worst shit. They're trying to dox him and stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And like I said, I say this is someone who's a fan of VTubing. I say this is someone who wants VTubing to be taken seriously. And I say this is someone who wants to see the drama and toxicity literally be cut out of this community, because it is become untenable for everyone, for the community, for streaming, for VTubing as a whole. It's too much, man. It's too much. When was the last time where people just came together and just played some fucking video games together, man? Like that's what I want to see more of. That's what this entire shtick of this guy is literally that. He goes around, he plays Arc Raiders, he plays friend slop games, he plays, Tarkov, and he tries to make people laugh. And he plays with other people more often than not. He tries to make friends in the game, in VoIP. Very interesting talent that a lot of people do have, but no one uses for some reason. That's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below, and I'll, of course, catch you guys in the next video. Hope you guys did take my discussion with the fairness that it's intended, as someone who's a fan of the medium and wants to see it going forward. Like I said, I'll always try to tell it how it is.